What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey Xavier here, and that very stuttery, broken up version of the Gear Gods intro theme song is brought to you by the beautiful new Rev G8 gate pedal. So cleverly named. There's the G2, the G3, the G4. They skipped one, then they skipped a bunch of them and went to the G20, which is the amp that I'm playing through today. And then they went back and they were like,
No, we're going too fast. Let's go back to 8.
For comedy.
It's a pun in a pedal. And I'd be laughing a lot harder if it wasn't also so damn good. The G8 pedal is based on the gate that is built into the Rev Generator Mark III, which you can see over here. Hold on, which you can see over here. Lovely amp, I love it so much. My favorite amp in the entire world, actually. But I also have a Rev amp that does not have a gate built into it, and that's the G20 right here. Super high gain, but it does not have a built-in gate. So, when I've got the gain good and cranked up, this sound happens. That is par for the course with high gain amps. There's not really a whole hell of a lot you can do about it except get yourself a gate, because if you play high gain, you want the guitar sound and not the noise that comes along with it. If I turn the gate off, even if I turn the guitar down, there's still some noise. By the way, the guitar that I'm using today is the amazing new RGDR4427FX from Ibanez. I had to practice saying that quite a bit. Love this guitar. The G8 is like a key input type of gate, and all that means is that it takes the dry signal from your guitar and uses that as the sort of open and close signal to turn the gate on and off in the effects loop of the amp. That means the gate isn't actually opening and closing where the pedal sits on your pedal board. So the guitar signal is actually passing through the pedal untouched first, and then it triggers the gate on and off in the loop. This gives you a way cleaner and better gating than if you're just putting the gate at the front of your signal chain. So without any further ado, I'm gonna actually show you how the pedal works. It's extremely simple. A gate pedal is not all that complicated aside from the routing. That being said, the G8 is more powerful than a lot of gates in the same style because it has 3 knobs, which gives you a lot more control over how it works. I like that much better than a typical 1-knob gate because I like to have as much control over my sound as I possibly can. I'm just gonna turn it all the way up. I'm also boosting the amp with the Aris Effects Parallel Overdrive. First, we're gonna set the threshold by turning the guitar on, turning the gate on, and I just turn the knob until the noise goes away. So you'll hear, though, there's that little bit of at the end. Turn the gate up, turn the threshold up a little bit more. Even a touch more, maybe. So that's cutting off a bit faster than I actually want it to. Probably the best way to demonstrate how the hold and release work is to turn one of them all the way up and the other one all the way down. So like, check this out. Here it is with both of them all the way down. You can hear how super sliced the end of every note is. Sounds a little bit robotic to me. So I'm gonna try turning the hold all the way up. Check this out. So it's still slicing the sound really fast, but it's waiting a while after the note stops before it does it. So at this point, we're just getting a bunch of noise and then a hard cutoff. Now, if we turn that all the way down and turn the release all the way up, you'll hear something very different. right? Basically, the gate closes a bit more slowly. There's this sort of fade out of the noise. This is a lot of gain going on right now. It probably would not be quite this much. I'm gonna take it down just a smidge. That's gonna make it a little bit easier for the gate to function. Now, if we turn both the hold and release all the way up, then we get this long hold after the note has stopped and a fade off. What I like for a heavy rhythm sound is a pretty fast hold and like a medium long release. Let's see if this sounds good for this. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit more, let's see. Because you don't want to kind of cut off that little bit of something at the end of every chord or every note. There's something that gets lost unless you're playing like Born of Osiris or Veil of Maya style super staccato, fast, tight riffing. You might want to have them both all the way down. So you can get that almost robotic, ultra clean, super precise, choppy kinds of sounds. I personally like a pretty tight gate, but not that tight. But I also really hate hearing a at the end. It's a delicate balance. But really, it's just great that Rev has included more powerful controls on the G8 than on a typical gate. Now, if you want to have it set up mainly for like lead guitar, this isn't going to make any sense at all. That sounds terrible. For lead guitar, I'm gonna have it set up a bit differently, okay? I'm gonna set the threshold to barely. Sort of barely working, okay? I want it to be a lot more sensitive. And then I'm gonna set the release all the way up so there's a nice clean sort of taper off rather than a hard cut off. And then I set the hold close to the middle. You don't want to lose the sustain and the tail of your notes. Maybe not quite that much. But of course, the vast majority of gate pedals on the market don't have nearly the amount of control that you can get out of the G8 with the 3 different control knobs. That's one smooth gate. It also looks incredibly sick. It's in this black sparkle. It's got these cool geometric patterns on it. It's gonna look awesome on your pedal board, which doesn't make it sound any better, but it certainly doesn't hurt. So as I was hopefully able to demonstrate, the G8 is a great gate,
mate.
You can get your very own at the links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Great, love it.